So you've made it. You've made it to the end of my journey, and I'm just gonna wrap everything up with a few closing thoughts. Um, wow. This course has been quite a challenge. Um, the biggest issue I had overall was not procrastinating, and I honestly think I procrastinated a lot because of fear. Um, in my introductory video, I talked about how in high school, everything was perfect. I only had to do it, the night before. And that was a hard habit to break, and I still haven't broken it yet. Um, I'm so used to writing everything in such a linear fashion that when my essays got more complex in this class, it was really difficult. And so I found myself struggling, the night before the paper, like the rough draft is due. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't think anymore. Like, I've done all the thinking that I can. This is way too much. That was number one. Number two, I was afraid of making a mess. Um, in one of my reflection videos, I talked about like how much of a mess I made with my analysis paper, and that was really difficult to overcome. I am afraid to make messes. So, and I'm afraid of not getting it perfect the first time. And now it seems a little bit, preposterous. Like there's just no way around it. When your essays are that complex, you honestly have to spend a lot of time sorting through all the ideas going through your head. Because I had a lot of ideas going on in my head during the whole semester, and it was nice to have Professor Metzger there to refine them. And even when they were refined, there were still a lot of ideas, and I'm like, I need more time than this. So it was a really difficult habit to break, my procrastination issue and everything, and um, it was also hard to break my critical eye. I Every single paper, I always thought it was just garbage. When I brought it in for um, workshop with Professor Metzger, I always thought like, oh my gosh, she's gonna like tear this paper apart. It's gonna be just terrible. And I actually gained a little bit of confidence from going, and she would tell me the exact opposite, like, well, you need to change this and that and challenge yourself a little bit more, but it's good, it's passable. And I'm like, really? On the first shot with the rough draft? Wow, okay. And so, of course, I wasn't like satisfied. I'm almost never satisfied with my writing, and I would try to fix it. Um, I mentioned at the end of my analysis paper reflection that I wasn't satisfied with the intro of my analysis paper. The same thing happened with my persuasive essay. It was like kind of like a list of things, and she wanted me to go more in depth with a couple of the aspects of the paper, and I just yet again procrastinated, and I got to it the night before the entire WordPress was due, and I just I couldn't do it. I just couldn't see where I could fit in this essential, like, the puzzle piece. It's like the puzzle is not finished, and it just bugs me. So I guess that's another learning hump in this class. It's never going to be finished. It's never going to be perfect. So I better live with what I have because there is a due date. I don't have forever to turn in my paper and everything. And I'm not always going to get A's. I'm going to shoot for A's, but I'm not always going to get those. And it's a part of learning, you know? So, along with the procrastination and my drive for getting the A's, it was honestly like my brain, the sponge, was getting wrong all the time, all the time. And as I progressed through the semester, it was like there was less and less juice to come out. And I feel like at the same time, when I came into this class, all of my ideas were just stuck like dirty laundry in a clothing basket. Like all of my ideas on how I can incorporate imagery, because I love using imagery, um, how I can incorporate my love for metaphors, that was just stuck. I was so mechanical when I started this class. Like, I need to write 3 paragraphs with 3 sentences of analysis and explanation and so I'm sorry, the example and the analysis, or analyze the example and an explanation for the example and everything. It was so mechanical. I need an intro and a conclusion, and it needs to be 5 paragraphs. And wow, how I've grown. I don't even think about it anymore. I just, the only things I really think about is, okay, well, I have a minimum and a maximum, because sometimes I would go way over the maximum. I used to have that problem in high school. Like, I can just keep rambling for days because, I don't know, I can just do that. But other times, I didn't have enough to say. So that was always something I kept in mind. And then I always kept in mind, okay, well, I need a intro that has a good thesis that the audience can follow, and then it's present throughout the paper, and then I close it with some sort of a twist to leave the audience, still wanting a little bit more, not wanting more as far as, okay, well, what else? Like, I'm looking for more, but more like they're left with some thinking to do? So I've progressed in that aspect. I don't think so rigid anymore. And then, as far as getting over the procrastination hump, I honestly just have to tell myself, write. It's okay to free write. So oftentimes I would just have to start just rambling about what I think about the topic, and then somehow morph that into my rough draft, because those thoughts on the page are the beginning of the final product. And I can't get to the final product if I have nothing to start with in the first place. So, all of my dirty laundry at the beginning, me wanting to put more personality, more of a style to my paper, has been washed through this entire semester. So the dirt has come out. I'm able to put my style and personality on the paper, and I'm able to make it still academic and professional enough to be used in a WordPress and in formal essays and everything. I'm able to see and think more about my writing process, because before I would just write, and now there's actually thought behind it. Like, okay, I can see him procrastinating, or I see him getting too critical, or don't be afraid of what people think about your writing, because it's only still in the beginning stages. The laundry is still dirty. It has yet to be cleaned. The sponge is still full. It has yet to be wrung, you know? So I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun this semester in this class, and I really appreciate all of Professor Metzger's help, because I have overcome a lot and I've realized a lot, and there's still a lot to sort through. And I appreciate that. I've really learned a lot. So I hope you enjoyed my journey as much as I have, and I hope to see you soon.